Good morning, Peter.
Morning, how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Yeah.
Well, coronavirus is amongst us.
Yeah.
It is a problem.
Certainly is.
But as a business owner, you've studied the government incentive packages and support packages and managed to work through these, not only to keep the business going, but to keep the staff in place as well. Could you just explain a little bit how you've managed to use these to help your business?
Sure, yeah. Well, the first thing is that March for us was not a bad month, you know. I suppose some of the traditional customers were replaced by people buying desks, chairs and whiteboards and so on, monitor arms, things like that to set up a home office. So that became, you know, a much bigger part of our business. And we actually worked our marketing towards that as well during the month. So instead of sending out EDM emails once a week, we started doing them once a day. We've got quite a big customer base that we've built up over many years in WA. So we sent out, for example, packages for home office. So electronic sit-stand desk, a nice chair, a monitor arm and so on, and made a special price. And we've also, we introduced at the beginning of the month free delivery. So anybody makes a purchase on our website over $300, it's free delivery. So a combination of free delivery and changing our marketing towards where we saw new opportunities. That's worked for us well in March.
It's interesting, sorry to interrupt you,
Yeah.
but you're saying your marketing. So you didn't decrease your marketing, you just changed it slightly.
Yeah. I think one of the first mistakes people make is because it's an easy target. You know, it's easy to reduce your marketing. So we didn't increase marketing, but we didn't decrease. We kept the same budget. I think maybe some others dropped their budgets because we found, for example, on AdWords that our advertising became cheaper, which means there's less people competing for our keywords, you know. So, so March, you know, the combination of free deliveries and looking at the new opportunities meant that March for us was not a bad month, you know. And during the month, there were quite a few government incentives that were announced. I think the state ones, I couldn't see much benefit in the state, the ones that the state government announced. Probably payroll tax, which has been a bugbear of mine for years, should have actually been totally cancelled, but what they've done is just reduce payroll tax for a certain number of businesses for 3 months or whatever. You know, they should have had the opportunity to wipe it out completely. There's a tax on employment, really. But anyway, it's another subject. So there's not much there in the state government packages. But the federal government's been doing really well for business, as far as I'm concerned anyway. First thing was the small tax package. I think it was about $20,000. And then there was, the next one was $100,000 based around your tax and so on, you know, submitting your tax returns.
This was the GST returns?
That's right, yeah.
And then they're going to give you money back?
Yeah, the two initial ones. So I think the total value there is about $120,000, which we will benefit from because we fit into that size and type of business and so on, employees. And then the next one was the $1,500 per employee over 6 months, a reimbursement based on continuing to pay employees. So it's actually a benefit for the employee, but it comes through the employer and then it's passed on to the employee, with the employer having the option to make up the difference in the salary between the $1,500 and the original salary. Yeah.
So the $1,500, just to make it clear for people, it doesn't actually go in your pocket.
No.
You actually have to pass that on, but it subsidises whatever wages you've got.
Yeah, it's a great idea because it means you continue to employ people. You have to submit your PAYG and demonstrate that you are still employing those people, and then you're reimbursed $1,500. Reimbursed is a funny way to put it, but the government pays $1,500 for every employee on your books, and you pass it on to your employees. Then you add on top of that the difference to make up their normal salary. That's optional. Has
that enabled you to keep the employees going where otherwise you might have got a little bit on shaky ground there?
Well, at the moment, you know, we're yet to see. It's a month-by-month thing, and it depends on how long it lasts. But we're anticipating up to 6 months. That's probably including some recovery time. So, you know, things aren't just going to turn around as soon as we open the doors again. So let's say it's a couple of months you know, 3 months lockdown and then maybe 3 months of recovery to get back to some kind of normalcy, you know. So let's say it's a 6-month process. What I've done is I've talked about budgeting and cash flow in the past, and my cash flow, you know, super Excel spreadsheet. What I've done is gone forward 6 months using those same principles, and I've forecast these government incentives as income. I've worked a percentage of our normal turnover, which I can see can get down to maybe 30 or 40% of our normal turnover average. And with that income, with the incentives that I'm talking about built in there, I can see that we'll be okay for the 6-month period. That's with a drop down to 30% of normal turnover, 30 to 40% of normal turnover.
So your advice for people is keep your marketing, just see if you can change it to take opportunities.
Yeah.
And make sure you access these government incentives.
Absolutely, yeah, yeah. That'd be the two major actions to take at the moment. We're yet to see what the demand's going to be month to month. This month will be more of a test because, you know, March you have a build-up. In our business, it's like a 3-month cycle. Quotes, orders, invoices. You know, it works like that. So during March, we're still having a flow through of, say, January, February quotes and orders turning into invoices, you know. So this month, one of those months will drop off. So we'll have less income coming from previous activity. And as activity drops month to month, your month going further out drops because you've got less quotes in the system, less orders in the system. We're still getting through some substantial orders, some of them to do with, you know, for example, temporary medical facilities and so on, you know, that type of thing. There's always someone busy in a crisis, you know. Usually it's the lawyers and the accountants. In this case, it's the medical industry, you know. So we're still, you know, getting some larger orders through, and then we're getting a much higher flow through of online orders, people buying from home, particularly with our free delivery. Yeah.